It's official. The Fooies are back. Hi people, and hello my Chili con Carnage crew. Chili here for a 5-minute review on the Foo Fighters' newest album, but here we are. The Foo Fighters are back with their 11th album, but here we are, and it is truly phenomenal. Grief and loss can be a powerful tool for writing music, and we have seen it numerous times before. From Neil Young's Tonight's the Night to Nick Cave's Ghosteen, and this album is just no different. It's intriguing to see a band that was born out of the loss of a band member has ended up coming full circle in a set of unfortunate circumstances, returning back to the roots that they bore some 30 years prior. But with this album, it's much more personal, much more raw, and filled with a fire inside. It's been a rough couple of years for Foo Fighters, who, in my opinion, haven't had a great album since 2011's Wasting Light. Sonic Highways, Concrete and Gold, and Medicine at Midnight certainly had a few memorable tracks, but it seemed like an eternity had passed as the Foo Fighters settled into a cycle of selling out arenas and putting out some average material. All of this would come crashing down in March of 2022, when longtime drummer for the band Taylor Hawkins would pass away while on tour, sending shockwaves throughout the rock community. This album serves as an ode to his impact that he left on his band members' lives, in particular Dave Grohl, whose lyrics are deeply personal and delivered with much more passion. All the songs on this album are reflected of such, and they are all about Taylor in one way or another. It's also one album I intentionally avoided listening to the singles of before the release, as I guessed this would be more of a rounded album rather than a release with some standout singles, and I was right. Rescued was a great choice for an opener with its explosive energy straight out of the gate. A perfect way to start off this album. Under You is a solid follow-up, and I've got to give Nate a shout out for his dirty distortion whammy fuse bass lines that really underpin this track together. Show Me How caught me by surprise with a guitar riff that sounds like it was lifted out of a shoegazer's book of tips and tricks. A really sick riff. Also, the duet with Dave's daughter Violet Grohl on this song is just surreal and very beautiful. What is easily the album's highlight for me, however, is the 10-minute epic song, The Teacher. This track broke me when I first heard it. I don't mean that as a figure of speech, I mean that literally. I was in the gym and I had to stop my routine when this played out. It is haunting. This song is a gut punch of an emotional roller coaster as Dave takes us on a ride and we can't get off. The opening lines set the scene with the lyrics, "Sun goes down, windows wide, one step closer to the other side. I can feel what others do, can't stop this if I wanted to." We are eventually led to the crescendo as the music builds, and Dave's repetitive lines of "wake up" just left me feeling numb, and I can hear the pain in Dave's voice as he delivers it. He isn't screaming the lyrics, but sounds somewhat disposed of and despondent. It's rather harrowing, but dazzling. Truly a masterclass in writing. As for the drumming void, Josh Freese has been announced as the new member for Foo Fighters, and he has worked with many bands such as The Vandals, Suicidal Tendencies, Dweezil Zappa, A Perfect Circle, The Offspring, and even as a session drummer for Guns N' Roses, Static X, and Queens of the Stone Age. So he has quite the CV on him. Naturally, the drumming for this record is just on point across all of these songs, and there is nothing I can fault about it. Josh Freese is the man for the job. This is an intense album to listen to, and not exactly one for the casual listener, or one to start at if you are just finding out about the Foo Fighters. So I can only imagine the difficulties that will be playing these songs in a live setting, and reliving this horrible period of the band's history each and every night. I wouldn't be surprised if none of these songs make it to the stage, and I wouldn't blame them if that was the case. After all, this album is a showcase of the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and finally acceptance. In this instance, I feel that the score I'm about to give is well justified. Overall, I'm going to give this album a score of 10 million chilies on the spicy scale, with my favourite songs being Rescued, Under You, Hearing Voices, Nothing at All, Show Me How, and The Teacher. 10 million chilies is a perfect score. The Foo Fighters have channeled their emotions and used this record as a conduit to showcase why they are so damn good at doing what they do. This album will serve as a testament to the life of Taylor Hawkins and the impact he left on all of our lives, and what an epitaph to leave for him. It serves to show how much of a legend he was. So while you are gone, Taylor Hawkins, you certainly won't be forgotten. Thank you for your music, and on a personal note, thank you for showing me your skills at the very first concert I ever attended.